It do not matter. Clip on a Ruger, look like a rule.
Okay, so my back and before the video start is greatly appreciated when you interact, so please like, comment, and subscribe. So yeah, this video is about Rollie and Natalie. Okay, so Rollie, she was on this podcast called Only for the Fans podcast, right? And it was an interview. And me personally, I don't watch interviews. If an interview is ever on my screen, it's because I'm trying to find a certain clip and it's more than likely at 2.0 speed. You know what I'm saying? But this interview, I actually enjoyed, not gonna lie. Look, if you want to go and see the interview, and you should, it's going to be linked in the description and in the top comment, okay? Okay. So in the interview, it was a couple questions, a couple topics, right? And then the interviewer asked the question of, is there anybody that you will absolutely not work with ever again? Rollie said Natalie immediately. Didn't even have to think about it. I was like, all right. So apparently during Baddies Africa, Natalie was talking shit about Rollie behind her back, right? She was like, she was talking shit. She said Natalie is weird. She feels like Natalie was like using her for protection this season. Or I don't know if it was only this season or like, you know, she just be using Rollie for protection. She said before they got to Africa, they was in Atlanta and they was in a Louis store, right? And her and Natalie got into this altercation about the side nigga, Louis Peso. And I'm like, this video?
Natalie, what's going on? Are you held hostage?
In a Louis store.
And
okay,
is
I
this
just want those bags, and then I'll
this Louis?
Yeah.
This is who I was talking about. I said Louis.
So that's the Louis Vuitton I'm talking about.
Y'all thought, I'm assuming after this video was recorded, right? Is this the time that they talking about? She was like, she don't want to work with Natalie no more. She was like, at the end of the day, the cast makes the shows, right? Because they out here with the storylines, they out here fighting, and she said she not about to keep making someone else more rich who disrespects her. You know how Natalie is like on this baddie tour, right? Like it's her tour, and like she be bringing some baddies out like damn near every show. She called them the whole baddies and the entourage. And she said they don't get paid. Now I don't know how true that is. Or I don't know. Doing Baddies Africa. You know how in this season Rollie is kind of playing, kind of like Natalie's role, like a host / house mom type of role, right? And we like, Rollie's kind of doing Natalie's job, and like she's pretty good at it. You know, we've been saying this damn near from the beginning. You know, she feel like she deserved more money because she's on there as a cast member, and on top of that, she's doing Natalie duties. You know, like she's doing her job when it comes to the cast, and she feel like she deserves more money. The interviewer asked Rollie, do she feel like Natalie has pure intentions when it comes to the girls, right? And also she brought up this comparison that someone made. They was like, Baddies and Bad Girls Club is different because Bad Girls Club had like the therapists come in and like we showed growth in the girls and stuff like that. They talked it out and therapy sessions, you know. I think she's saying like the therapist that Bad Girls Club had made the show have more substance, and it's not just girls fighting in the house all day. It's having an end goal, showing the growth in the girls, and you know, like having the girls open up and shit like that. Rollie feels like Natalie used to have good intentions with the girls, but she don't no more. She feel like Natalie is not humble anymore. Like I think she's trying to say that all Natalie care about is money now. And before, Natalie used to advocate for the girls with the network and check on them mentally and all this other stuff. And Natalie don't do that no more. And it kind of eased into the topic of the last episode of them basically saying like Natalie not even trying to get to know us. You don't even know our names. And apparently the girls went and asked Rollie like, hey, are we ever going to get to know Natalie? Is she ever going to get to know us? And Rollie, she straight up told them no, apparently. Natalie, she was like, she's too busy to get to know the girls. And she was like, make me remember your name. And it's like, Natalie, you was a part of the casting process. You know, why don't you know the girls' names? We on episode 8 and you still don't know it's Code Killer instead of K Killer. But Natalie, she was like, she's busy. When she's not in the house with them, she's still working. And you know, shit like that. But like, even when they said, Natalie, you didn't even call out our names when you called everybody else's names, I felt like that was a valid point. But the way Rollie is saying it sounds like she's trying to say Natalie don't give a fuck. So, well, not tripping. Let me know what y'all think. Apparently, Rollie told the girls, Natalie might put you on a jet and use you as her friend and have you at these bookings that you're not going to get paid to do, allegedly. And when she's done with you, you kind of get kicked to the curb. You know, you go on about your business. And when she said that, my mind went to Anna. Remember when Anna was like, these girls don't really fuck with you, Natalie. They like the glamorized lifestyle that they have when they with you. And Natalie ain't like what Anna said that, bro. So, child. And I think from Natalie's perspective, she felt like it was fucked up because, like, you kind of saying I'm not worthy of a real friendship. You know, people can't genuinely like me for myself. Hey. Like, I think Rollie and them basically kind of like the girls that Nicole and Natalie out is kind of saying Natalie is only money, and she don't really give a fuck about an actual friendship. She's not going to treat you like an actual friend. You know what I'm saying? I think that's kind of what they're trying to say. And then also, I think Rollie is saying someone on Natalie's team went and told Rollie what Natalie was saying behind her back. And that was kind of like the last straw, I'm assuming. I don't know who it is, but my mind went to the hairstylist. Remember Natalie hairstylist and her was getting into it a couple weeks ago? Natalie was like, the girl got fired, I think. And the girl was like, I didn't get fired, I quit. And it was like a bunch of drama. I don't know if that's who Rollie is talking about. But I guess, bro, she was like, all of her respect for Natalie is completely lost. Damn. Natalie, you have the floor. I'm waiting for you to respond, okay? I'm pretty sure she is, but here goes what Rollie said, okay? Here we go. Also, y'all remember, the link is going to be pinned. You should go watch the full interview, okay? But here go what Rollie said.
Is there anybody that you did work with that moving forward you would refuse to work with again?
Natalie.
What is it that you feel like was the breaking point for you after doing so many seasons?
Well, it's the off-camera stuff for me. It's the talking behind my back. It's the, the being weird. We can make money together, and I can say my like, okay, we can make money together, but we don't have to hang out. We don't have to be in each other's face. I can, we could do the scene. We could do this, and then we could go. I feel like it was the whole using me for protection, because most of the girls did not come back this season for Baddies Africa. And I stayed by her side for damn near the whole time into the ending. And, when you fall out with certain people, they tend to, and especially people that done, stuff for you, and they feel hurt, like really hurt, they're going to start showing you things and telling you stuff if they, mess with you too. And there were certain things that I was shown, me being called a fat, while I'm standing to get her out of here. I don't want her in my room while I'm standing in the room. Like, it was just a lot. And we was getting into it off camera too. Before we even went to Africa, we had got into an altercation in the Louis Vuitton store over her side dude. In the Louis Vuitton store with her side dude on some weirdo type stuff. So the trust is gone, and I don't care about how much money you can get by me. I'm not doing another season of that show.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm suppressed it. I feel like I'm not about to be breaking my neck and my back and my soul to make no female rich that don't respect me. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's not you that's in front of this camera that's fighting. It's not you that's in front of this camera that's making viral moments and viral sounds and making your show pop. It's these girls. It's me. It was Tasiki, Biggie, Anna. It was Krishan, everybody. And it's like the acknowledgement is not there. Once she feels like you're not on her side or you don't do this, it's like, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm tired of going through that. I've been through that on and off with her for years, and we're not even really friends. I don't hang out with her outside the show. I don't care to travel with her and her little whole baddies, whatever you want to call them, her entourage baddies. I don't care to be seen with any of them, because at the end of the day, all I care about is people showing me the respect that I need and I deserve, especially if I'm doing somebody's job.
Yeah.
Because I did the job damn near the whole season, and I ain't never worked this hard. Like, and I'm not saying, anything bad about the network, but I feel like, I definitely deserve more than, what I get paid, and I get paid a lot. But for me having to do her job this season while she was out doing whatever the hell she was doing and having a ball in Africa, and I got to get up every morning and get these girls together and learn these girls and make sure that this is happening and that is, like, I felt drained. And for a motherfucker to talk behind my back the whole time while I was there and not to even give me a proper thank you, and here I want to show my appreciation, like, Natalie is done in my books. She's done.
Do you feel like Natalie has any good intentions for the Baddies franchise, or for these girls that are on this show? Because I saw an interview, and I cannot think of this young lady's name, but she said that at least like with the Bad Girls Club, there was therapy. There was an intent to be better. There was an intent to learn better. There was an intent to behave better and be more young lady-like. And even though there may have been fighting or there may have been whatever, the goal at the end was always to be better.
Mm-hmm.
And that there seems to be a lack of intent with Baddies, that it's just like, we're just all here getting drunk and fighting. Do you feel like Natalie has any good intentions when it comes to this whole scene and situation?
I feel like she used to, not anymore. Like, when I first started, she used to fight for us for a lot of things. It, like things that we wanted to do, things that we were going through mentally. She was always there. Natalie kind of stopped, and I think it's because she's not humble no more. Every time she gets into it with somebody, every time it's I make $1 million, I have all this, you're miserable, I got this, I got that, and it's just like, okay, you have that. But what else do you have to make you happy? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if I have a show about women going through stuff, fighting and stuff like that, yes, like you said, it should be some type of healing after, because guess what? I had to grow by myself. I didn't have Natalie in my ear telling me, hey, I've been in here 15 years, so this is the advice I want to give you. Never have I not once ever had gotten advice from Natalie. So I don't expect her to do that with the new girls. And that's what they asked me. They said, Rollie, are we ever going to get to know this woman? Are we ever going to, get to hang out with her? Is she ever going to get to know us? Like, she don't even know our names. Like, and I told them straight up, no. No, you're not. Like, once you leave here, it's all on you. Natalie leaves everything all on you until she needs a friend, and then she'll have you on the private jets, and then she'll have you at these shows you're not getting paid for, then she'll have you here and there, and then once she's done using you up, you go back to your life. That's it. That's why a lot of girls they fuck with me, because I got to know these girls.
Yeah, I
got to know them. I know things about them. They know things about me. I don't even think Natalie even knew what my son's name was until probably like a year ago or so. And I know everything about her, respect her family, respected everything about her. But as of now, all that's lost.
That you actually spoke to her. Has it been
it was probably a month ago, after I confronted her about what she said to me, to her hairstylist, when we were filming Africa. The things that she said about me. I said what I said to her, and she put me in a group chat with her team, her hairstylist and her fucking makeup artist, telling me not to believe the girl, that she's trying to manipulate me. Like, first of all, that girl ain't never did nothing to me. I done hung out with this girl outside of Baddies. I done had conversations with her and everything. That girl ain't got no bad intentions for anybody. She comes to Zeus and she does her job. She don't interact with the cast. She don't be in messy stuff. She literally comes to work. That's it, and that's all. For her to be that hurt and to, inform me about those things, it hurt my feelings. Because I'm like, damn, like, I didn't say nothing bad about her. I didn't do nothing.
Do you have any final words? If you have any for Natalie?
Her and her bank account can eat my ass.
So that's it for this video. If you like it, what is it? If you found it interesting, and I hope you did at least a little bit, please like, comment, subscribe, share, turn your post notifications on. Thank you.